And last night he signed an executive order aimed at the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which is the private nonprofit organization set up by Congress to fund public television and radio. Before I bring in out of transparency, I have a PBS connection. Sesame Street once gave me a big break.
This is Anderson Cooper in for Oscar the Grouch, who's on assignment at the dump. I'm here with two legendary Grouch newscasters, Dan Rather Not and Walter Cranky, to discuss today's letter in the news, the letter G. Say hello, Dan Rather Not.
I'd rather not.
Walter?
Grrr.
Just for the record, I was not paid for that appearance. I volunteered. It's not the first time an administration has targeted public television. In fact, not the first time the Trump administration has. The first Trump administration tried to zero out funding for it. Congress said no. It survived in part because public broadcasting throughout those decades has been able to convince lawmakers of all stripes that Americans would be missing something without it. And that's true. I wanted to play you a clip from 1969. President Richard Nixon had just proposed deep cuts to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, just like now. And here's a very young Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, testifying before a Senate committee hearing about that funding. $20 million at the time was the funding, or about $180 million now. He's talking to Senator John Pastor of Rhode Island.
This is what I give. I give an expression of care every day to each child to help him realize that he is unique.
You narrate it?
I'm the host, yes. And I do all the puppets, and I write all the music, and I write all the script.
Well, I'm supposed to be a pretty tough guy, and this is the first time I've had goosebumps for the last 2 days.
Well, I'm grateful, not only for your goosebumps, but for your interest in our kind of communication. Could I tell you the words of one of the songs which I feel is very important?
Yes.
This has to do with that good feeling of control, which I feel that children need to know is there. And it starts out, what do you do with the mad that you feel? And that first line came straight from a child. I work with children, doing puppets in very personal communication with small groups. What do you do with the mad that you feel? When you feel so mad you could bite. When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right. What do you do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag or see how fast you go? It's great to be able to stop when you've planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead. And think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish, can stop, stop, stop anytime. And what a good feeling to feel like this and know that the feeling is really mine. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can. For a girl can be someday a lady, and a boy can be someday a man.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful.
Fred Rogers, 1969, and boy, could we use some of his wisdom now.